Basically, somebody has tried to build themselves a computer. This is how he brought this computer into me. Oh my goodness. There you go, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh no. I think he's like stripped out his standoffs bad. You can see the standoffs. Gonna have to get them off of there. Ooh, a little closer. Look at there. Look at this right here. You can see that processor is not sitting down in there all the way. Yeah, he's got bent pins, everybody. Right along here, bent. It did bend. Let's do. There. See there? It popped right in. Screws here to deal with that he put on here. And I've got to get those off. Oh my goodness, he didn't even have the slot lined up right here. It's terrible. Oh, another mistake. Turn it over this way. I think I got a post. Wait a second. Oh, we want. Look at there. That's what we wanted. Very good. I think his parts are okay. I'm going to shut this thing down and I'm going to go ahead and put proper thermal paste on the processor. And hey, great news for him. His parts are okay. At least initially they seem to be. I would assume his power supply in his case is okay. Well, what I think I would like to do, let me just, I'm going to keep the heatsink on there for now before I do the thermal paste. Take this RAM out for a second. We're going to try to get these standoffs off of here. They're like cross-threaded big time, or just mangled. Well, let's just hope this will work. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm telling you, it is. Oh, yeah, no. We got a problem. The deal is that these are cross-threaded in there so bad. I could take a pair of pliers on this side and hold it, and take my screwdriver on the other side. Basically, I can't get them off. I can't, all three of them, I can't get them off. But if you notice, luckily, there's a gap between the board and the standoff. I'm actually going to have to cut that off with a Dremel. That's what I'm going to have to do. Isn't that unbelievable? At least I'm able to do it though. And at least, it's on the corners of the board. There's enough room there, you can see. I can cut it off. Unbelievable. I've never had to do this before on a motherboard, man. So never thought I'd be saying that. So let me get my Dremel and we'll get that going. I got my trusty Dremel tool. Okay, oh, it's getting a little hot on my end here. I must say, this is a first for me. All right, I'm going to use this to protect my... It's getting hot. It's getting smaller. Man. Come on, get off of there. Wow. Here we go. There we go. Can you believe it? Do it from this side. Let's see. Oh. I don't want to flex that board too much, that's for sure. Wow. Okay, there's that one. Unbelievable. Okay. Who would ever say, whatever tech can say that they've actually had to use a Dremel on a motherboard? Oh, come on. And that's it. The worst thing I could have done was like scrape the Dremel on the motherboard, you know. That didn't happen. Now I will go around, clean these areas up, because I know that there probably is some shaved metal around these areas. So I'll clean those up just to make sure we don't have any metal residue that will cause any shorts. But there you go. Got it cleaned up a little bit better. It's looking a little bit cleaner. It's a lovely case, actually. So I've actually started to get this wire management for these fans taken care of. I've got those wires of these going through that slot. You can see up top here, I've got the wire management that's going out to the back side of the case. You know, this is designed, of course, to have fans at the bottom. He's got a total of 7 fans, and I know I'm going to catch flack for this, but this is what I'm going to do. These are some really nice RGB fans, and he's got 7 of them, so I want to show them off. An odd number is not good. I'm going to keep these two together down here. Keep this open because there's a bracket that goes here where you can mount an SSD, and then you can feed your power and data through here for that. So we're going to leave that like that, and I'm also going to mount one. I'm going to mount one fan here. Okay, and then I'm going to mount the other fan here. And I'm going to feed the wires in the back, obviously, but I think that's going to look pretty good. Also, I've noticed with this, what he's done here is he's only used 2 screws per fan, and that could, you can see a little bit of movement there. That could cause like vibration, a bit of vibration. He did the same thing down here on these. So I want to go ahead and button those up and get all 4 screws put in here, and you know, on all the fans, so it will be as quiet as possible. Okay, so I've got all these fans hooked up through the fan controller there. It's not yet hooked up to a motherboard, obviously, because there is no motherboard in this. And I think that's going to be the configuration we're going to do it in. So now I think even though we got a huge wire management issue back here, it's not as bad as it looks. I got a game plan, I think. But What I want to go ahead and do now probably is get this motherboard mounted in here. Get all those cables to the motherboard kind of sorted. And then I can kind of do all the wire management at once, if that makes sense. Okay, we got the motherboard mounted in here nicely with the proper motherboard screws here. What we're going to do is now change the thermal paste, get this cleaned up, get some nice thermal paste on there, get this guy mounted. I've got nice fresh thermal material back on the processor. Heat sink is nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and mount this bad boy. Okay, here's the final look of what this looks like without any of the panels on this. Turned out really nice. We've got the proper wire management. It's mounted properly to the case with the proper motherboard screws. Got your USB 3 connector there, ready to go. Got all of the fans plugged in and operating properly. So I've got one fan header down here, kind of dark, but that is where the PWM for the fan controller is plugged in. And then we have an RGB header here that I have the fan controller plugged into. That controls the syncing with the ASUS software, which I will demonstrate that. Let me turn this around and I'll show you how the wire management looks on the back. Okay, on the back side here, how about that, huh? Compared to how this thing looked when it came in, I like this little shield here. It looks really nice. It helps cover some of the cables, but even still, I did a decent job with the wire management there. You can see here the fan controller tucked in nicely. You can also see back here there's places to mount 2.5 inch drives. And just for convenience, I have left some SATA power cables. I have zip tied a SATA data cable right here that's connected to the motherboard. And that's the case in the future if he wants to maybe mount an extra drive in here. He also had the wrong screws in the power supply, and the power supply was kind of moving around. So I've swapped those out for the proper screws. But this is how it turned out. I'm glad he brought me the computer. Look, it's always a learning curve. Nobody ever knows right off the bat on how to build computers. This person has nothing to be ashamed of. He gave it his best try. He just made some wrong choices and some wrong decisions on hardware as far as screws and everything go. But I took care of it for him. So it's going to start off with a solid color. And you see the RAM lighting up there. So as soon as this boots up, it's going to load what's called the ASUS software that I have a particular pattern that I set. And as soon as that software loads, these fans and lights will go accordingly. And we're booted up, and that software should load here shortly. All right, there it goes. Let me get the panels on this case, and we will take a look at what this looks like with the panels on. Okay, here it is, everyone. Look, this has got the protective film on the glass, but I'm going to let him take that off, so it might not look as good as what you might think here. It'd look better with all the plastics off of it, but just to give you an idea of what it looks like closed up. Not too bad. Looking good. Dim a little light maybe. Just to give you an idea. Nice case. This was a fun little job. Always love helping people out when it comes to custom builds, man. If they get stumped or stuck, that's what I'm here for. That's what I do. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope this helps somebody out. All the links to these parts will be down below. below this video in the chat. Help support my channel, use my links. Okay everyone, have a great YouTube day. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you head right down below here, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. I have much more computer repair videos coming your way. There's also a bell you can click for to get notifications for my videos. I really appreciate everybody's support. And as usual, everyone, until next time, see you soon.